Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news here for you. And the headline of the news reads, Nigeria in trouble as Buhari gives free access into Nigerians for all African countries. Well, before we go on with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. All right, let's look at the news in detail. The federal government of Nigeria from January 2020 allowed nationals of African countries to come into the country without a visa. This new policy was announced by the Nigerian government at the Aswan Forum currently taking place in Egypt. In announcing the decision, the Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of the Federal Republic of Somalia, Ambassador Ahmed Awad, thanked the Nigerian government for its exemplary decision. In a tweet via his official handle at Minister Mofa, the ambassador stated, and I quote, "I wish to profoundly commend President M. Buhari of Nigeria, #Nigeria, who just announced at the Aswan Forum complete visa exemption for all Africans. Starting January 2020, Africans will be able to arrive in Nigeria without visa. It's such an exemplary decision. Thanks, Your Excellency." And no official statement has been made by Nigerian government to confirm or deny the new policy since the minister made the tweet at about 11:12 a.m. All right, West African time. All right, that's the news, and this has sparked a lot of reactions as Nigerians are believing that this is a door opener for Fulani herdsmen to flood Nigeria. Some also believe that Nigerian economy is not even strong enough to withstand the 180 million people in Nigeria, and now that he has opened the room for all Africans to come visiting, that Nigeria is about to enter into another economic trouble that we won't be able to stand it. So we want to be looking at these from different perspectives. Let's look at Nigeria as a country with 200 million people. The socio-economic and the infrastructures on ground, are they good enough for Nigerians? Economic opportunity, let's look at also the unemployment rate. Is it very comfortable? We are at a very comfortable point. And let's take the level also of insecurity and all of that into consideration as we'll be discussing this elaborately. All right, I just want to take a stand here. For me, this is quite very uncomfortable, and this is going to bring Nigeria so much trouble. I have my reasons for saying this. Number one is that right now in Africa, there are a lot of groups that are emerging, and they are mostly traceable to Islam. Most of them are in different countries, and at least what really hold a lot of them back, that they cannot invade certain cities in Nigeria, is because of the issue of visa, because you need to go for interview and all of that, and from there you now know whether you're going to be stopped or not. But if you're granting them free access into the country, it therefore means that the level of insecurity Nigeria is about to experience will be explosive. Now look at other countries of the world. For example, United States of America. Look at, apart from United States of America, upcoming economy, they cannot allow this to happen. Some of them, even as low as Ghana, as small as Ghana, they don't even allow it, because they are trying to look at their own country and see how well can we monitor everything that is happening in the country. And now you are saying you're opening your borders. That's what you're saying. You're opening your borders to allow influx of people into the country, which therefore means the level of crime rate is going to be on the increase. We are welcoming all manner of people with different character, with different attitude into the country, and that would not augur well for the economy of Nigeria. I can assure you that this is one of the worst steps that the federal government has taken, if it is actually true, because according to the information, it was just a tweet from the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Somalia. He was expressing, so much happiness, gratitude for, such a welcome, which therefore means that very soon, what we will be seeing, all those guys in Somalia, they will just tell them, go to Nigeria, go to Nigeria, war-torn zones. They will find Nigeria as a place that they will have to stay in. Secondly, let's look at the economy of Nigeria. The reason why Nigerians are on the internet screaming and shouting is because the economy is not even comfortable enough. We are suffering. As I'm talking to you, you can hear from the background that there is a gen running, and for a whole day, as I'm talking to you, a whole day, where we are, in one of the southwestern states, there had been no light from morning till this time. There had been no light. And you begin to wonder, no light from that time, from morning till now. Now, how about people who are, who have business and all of them? How are they striving? Apart from that, the rate of unemployment in Nigeria is skyrocketing on a daily basis. Don't forget that every year Nigeria is turning out not less than 5 million youths into the labor market. And these people, some of them do not even have, a handwork they are doing. Some of them do not even have knowledge of anything. They just come out and they are looking for jobs everywhere. And guess what? They're not coming into an empty labor market. They are coming into a labor market that is overly saturated with millions of people who have the best of certificate, but they don't even have a job to do. They have not been empowered. They have not been trained to carry out any kind of handwork and all of that. So imagine now opening the door for everyone who have heard of Nigeria to walk into Nigeria. You can imagine the level of unemployment, which therefore means the little jobs that we have, we are going to be struggling for it. The issue of the case of housing. Nigerians are, if you see the shackles some people stay in, you won't believe it. Some people are living, very large, but some are living in shackles. They don't even know what tomorrow will be. There is no hope of tomorrow. And now you're saying we have opened our door, which therefore mean all manner of persons will be flooding into the country. Our villages will be taken over. Before you know, a new set of human beings will just say, this is our land, this is our place. They will begin to take charge. That's how Fulani headsmen, they're roaming around all over Nigeria and taking charge in different. Before you know, they start taking land, before you start intermarrying and all of that, you begin to see all these Arab guys roaming the street, begging everywhere there with their children and all of that. Imagine what somebody will suggest when you are trying to deliver Nigeria. We are struggling to get ourselves from the poverty-ridden position that we have been. Don't forget that fairly recently, World Bank had also come up that if Nigeria continues like this economically, that in the next 10 years, Nigeria will be listed as one of the countries with more than 25% of poverty of poor people in the whole world, which means Nigeria is going to be one of the well-known headquarters of the poor people. And you can imagine what is happening. And guess what? The government is even getting overly excited out there to begin to welcome all manner of people. Just taking a look at this, and you can imagine what's going to happen in the country. And that's why I look at this as trouble coming. I think the economic council of the National Economic Council need to call Mr. President and sit him down. Tell him the consequences of this. Forget about what is investment. Those guys that are coming in here, they are coming in here to take advantage of the fraudulent lifestyles of Nigeria. And before you know, lawlessness of Nigeria, to take advantage. I could still remember many years ago, I was working with one white guy. The guy is from one of these countries in, I think, Asian countries or so. The guy was just, every day you see him, he will be very happy. He will just, so on one occasion I had to ask him, sir, every time we are saying, he said, I love this country, man. You know, there are certain things that you can do in my own country, but here in Nigeria, you just see people, you know, traffic, you just be jumping traffic, you see police, just give them 50 naira and they just allow you to go on with your life. I love this country. You know, if you come down to my country, we don't do things anyhow, and I hate an orderly country. I love this lawlessness in Nigeria. I really said, I was like, wow. So there are some lawless guys out there who are just waiting for that opportunity, and before you know, they'll flood the whole of Nigeria. Please, the economic team should meet Mr. President and tell him such decision is not good enough for the well-being of Nigerians. It should be stopped, and it should be stopped now.
Well, as for me, I'm surprised that they're even thinking of opening our gates to already overflooded Nigeria. How many are we already? We're over 200 million Nigerians. And you're trying to bring in more people. There's no infrastructure to cater for them. There are no jobs to cater for them. What do you think was causing xenophobia in South Africa? It's simply because they got angry that the little jobs they have, some Nigerians and nationals are struggling with them. They started killing the nationals there simply because they felt that the retail market is already flooded by foreigners. That one said they did not give them visa free. Those people came and applied for visas. Some Nigerians even have, able jobs, employ some South Africans, but still like that. How much more in the situation where you say, come in? Then why did we close our borders? Why was our borders closed? I thought the reason why they closed the borders so that Nigerians can look within. They can look inwards and grow. Yes. You close the borders and you open you close one part of the border and open the whole floodgate that everybody should enter. What have you just done? There are no jobs. You're bringing in these people. These people you're bringing in. How no scrutiny. If you bring in these guys in, there's no security. Our security network is already porous. So porous. The level of lawlessness is so bad. Nigerians, even the rule of law is not even adhered to. So what is the possibility that if these guys, if these people, what if the wrong set comes in, the miscreants come in, and they take hold or take advantage of lawlessness in Nigeria? That means the citizens are in trouble. Imagine a foreigner coming and say, "What, my own land, there's no space, there's no more space. Let's move it to Nigeria that have large, vast landmass." And they come in and they begin to struggle ancestral land with fellow Nigerians. Because where they're coming from, there's no freedom. Here, there's freedom. Imagine you coming in and there's no job. They decide to take into robbery and begin to kill Nigerian citizens because they check there's no job. They're not taken to armed robbery. Nigerian citizens begin to die. I don't understand what kind of economic team we have, but honestly, this is a wrong move. If truly he has said this, he has put we are yet to recover. If a World Bank has already called us that by 2025, if nothing is being done, will be the headquarters of poverty, and we're already opening the overflooded Nigeria. There are no jobs. The roads are bad. The housing, our housing is terrible.
Borrowing is on
we are borrowed to the maximum. Do you understand? And the food safe is not even enough. The food is not even enough to take care of the people, indigenous people, and you don't even specify the people you are giving visa free to. Let's say, okay, we are giving visa free to people giant like maybe MTN, I'm not even major investors. And hey, that way you say, okay, fine, that's nice. So that as they come in, we take advantage of the local market, the local labor, so that the youths here will get employed. Bring in the big guns, let them invest in Nigeria, so that we'll get employed. No. He didn't say that. Instead, he said, we are making it open. Miscreants can come in. Honestly, I don't know where we are headed. I don't know if this is a deliberate ploy or if it's just an oversight. But we can easily correct it now before it gets too late, before Nigerians begin to run away from their own country.
All right, thank you very much. It's the duty of the economic team to talk to Mr. President about the consequences of an ever-increasing population that he has opened Nigeria to. It won't really augur well with a struggling economy like Nigeria. We don't have anything to show for, anything for our own people. Then we are inviting more mouths to come and eat from our economy. It's really not going to augur well. Go to our comment section. What do you think will be the situation in Nigeria now by 2020 January? when the borders will be open for all Africans to come in, even without visa. Please do well to comment. Don't forget to subscribe also.